What is up, woke family? It's your boy Wokey Bucks, and I'm back again with another video. Listen, woke family, we're gonna be getting into another Kanye West and Candace Owens video today. We're gonna start off with Kanye West going on Drink Champs, right? And we're gonna see what Ye has to say in regards to all of the things that have been going on with his controversy, right? I personally think that in the society in which we live in, when you start to speak the truth about situations, they're going to try to exonerate, no, not even exonerate you. That's not the right word. They're going to try to cancel you. They're going to try to, you feel what I'm saying? They're going to try to silence you. But this is when you really need to speak up the most, and you need to trust in God. So let's get into this video, and I'm going to give you my comments after. Let's get it, man.
Big killer. Beats in the
None of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, fuck you. Oh, got the address. I guess I found it. I Googled it.
All right, come on, guys. Let's get to the point, man. Let's get to the point. Come on.
What it good be? Hoping this what it should be. This your boy NAONAA.
What up, it's DJ EFN.
And this is motherfucking Military Crazy Raw Radio, Drink Champs Yappy Hour, award winning motherfucking make some noise! Now, last time we had this brother on here, our numbers went through the roof. I mean, we were, whew. And let's just for people that don't know, the man is a genius. Musical genius, lyrical genius. Fashion icon. He can wear a rubber shirt and you're gonna wear it. Cause that's how influential he is. Right now, last time he came here, he said, cancel me. He pointed to himself, he said, cancel me. They did not.
I can't lie. Nori could actually be a good promoter. That's pretty good, man. He sounds like one of those in-ring promoters, like the referees. No, the people who promote the people, wrestlers and stuff, or the UFC fighters.
I cancel him. They could not cancel him. Right now, it's a little turmoil. We're going to get to it. We're going to ask the questions. We're going to do whatever. I asked him if anything is off the record. He said absolutely nothing. But we're going to give praises and love to the one, the only, Mr. Ye. Make some noise! Now, Ye, I want to start because, you know, the very famous interview was you and Sway, right? And then you saying that you wanted to be like Ralph, or you wanted to be up there with that caliber. And now it's like you are Ralph. You are that caliber. And then so I guess what I'm trying to say is, so that's where we get confused with
Did Sway have the answers?
No, yeah, I think you already admitted Sway had the answer. Yeah. But I guess that's where we get confused with the Adidas part of it, is because that's how you became a billionaire, right? Through the Yeezy. So what was the discrepancy with Adidas?
You know, I just didn't have the relationships with the factories at that time, and I was managing a lot of ideas. Like I was a new dad. I was newly married. I had a bunch of team, like a big team of designers with me, and we hadn't established who we were. We were still fighting to get our respect in fashion. So there's a lot of fights at the same time. So we had to go and basically like intern almost up under these companies.
Because you interned for Louis Vuitton at one time, right? Okay.
Louis Vuitton, Fendi, and we interned in a way at Adidas. I like the licensing deal was my intern to become, more in that Bernard Arnault, Bezos.
You know what the thing is though, and this is one thing I noticed about like people that are like Kanye or people like Ye. You feel what I'm saying? In order to have been as influential when it came to the fashion industry as he was, he had to have had a following already. And I think it's because people liked his music, right? People liked his lyrics and thought he was a lyrical genius. So when he translated the music into fashion, that was what boosted him up to billionaire status. And I give him nothing but respect. No cap. Let's continue.
Right.
Elon territory, and just understanding how to, how money works. Like this is first generation. Like you can say, like look at like Jay with the Duce.
Right.
This is first generational wealth.
And
This
learn
is-
those infrastructures, right?
Yeah, the infrastructure is how to do a factory. Even right now, like when I left Gap, I moved. We made this T-shirt, like all the tremendous stuff we're doing right now, which is a flip on Supreme, where the guy that used to work for me, Tremaine, is now at Supreme, and we can go further into that a little bit later. But
no
for the
problem.
main point is, so I took it over to Dove Charney at LA Apparel, and he founded Los Angeles Apparel. So then we made the White Lives Matter tees, and then when I put up the tweet, the DEF CON tweet, now he ain't releasing the tee because he's Jewish. And I'm like, see, this is my exact point that I'm making. Like Jewish people have owned the Black voice, whether it's through us wearing a Ralph Lauren shirt, or it's all of us being signed to a record label, or having a Jewish manager, or being signed to a Jewish basketball team, or doing a movie on a Jewish platform like Disney. And we understand it's like, I respect what the Jewish people have done and how they brought their people together. They came into money through the lawyers when after Wall Street, when all of the like the Catholics, they wouldn't divorce people.
Right.
So the Jewish lawyers came and they were willing to divorce people. That's when they first came into their money. So like say with me and Jay, with our culture, with the darker Jews. First of all, because you
It
got
just happens when anybody starts talking deep.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the darker Jews, the 12 lost tribes of Israel, who we are, because we Jewish also.
But this is the thing, though. I definitely believe that certain African cultures, certain African tribes come from the 12 lost tribes of Israel, right? But not every, how would I say this? Yeah, I don't believe every single African American is Jewish, is an Israelite, is a Hebrew, right? There are a select few. The best way for you to determine and figure it out, you got to do a DNA test and figure out back, like your 6th to 10th generation back in the past, if you came from the 12 lost tribes, right? If you know that you have a high percentage, I think it's what, 10 to 25% or more, then you know you come from that. But I will agree with Ye and what he's saying, that when it comes to their community, they're the people that are empowered. They're the people that have majority of the money in this country. So the thing is that you have to, I think for anybody who's trying to acquire wealth, your best bet is to learn what they know and try to help your people as much as possible. You feel what I'm saying? And you just got to be aware of the situation, because the thing is that the people at power, let's say it's even yourself, for example, you're not going to want to really relinquish that power to any other person except for either yourself or your people. And you see it in many other races or many other cultures that they help their people. Even Chinese people, when they come to America, bro, they help their people out. They'll build a business and they hire their people. They don't hire people that are not their people majority of the time. But the Black community just tries to destroy each other all the time. You feel me? It's crazy. But let's continue.
We're from Africa also. We're the blood of Christ. So we're not just Black. we are Jew, just like the Jewish people. And now we're coming into money. But the main thing is, I got to drink the Douce over the Hennessy as the first step to us coming together, like how the Jewish people came together. But we couldn't even talk about. I remember Ben Horowitz called me after 444 and said, I don't know about Jay giving up Jewish business secrets. And these secrets.
We was talking about building up the properties and stuff like that on 444.
These secrets they not finna be a secret no more. Like if somebody tells me something, it's like, yo, I want to tell you this, but it's a secret. I'm like, I'm not your personal hard drive. Like if you want to be a secret, don't tell me. I'm not here to keep nobody's secrets because it's only the truth that's gonna set us free. And what they do is the Jewish community, especially in the music industry, they'll take, in the entertainment period, they'll take one of us, the brightest of us, right, that can really feed a whole village, and they'll take us and milk us till we die, and then Stevie Wonder's son got to get a job, right? But Cameron Azoff got a job at Apple. He's already set up because of the way Azoff is connected, and we have to make our own connections. That's what I saw. What I loved about it, I love Dove just as a human being.
And this is the guy from Adidas?
Dove is from American Apparel.
Okay.
But I'm talking about put out my White Lives Matter tee. The White Lives Matter tee don't say nothing. It don't say DEF CON or nothing on it, right? I'm like, put it out. And he's telling me like, yo, I want you to visit the Holocaust Museum. And I was like, yo, I want you to visit Planned Parenthood. That's our Holocaust Museum. I'm like, yo.
You know why? Okay. I want to break that down. You know why Ye just said that Planned Parenthood is art, and he's talking about the black community. Because a lot of black women that get pregnant eventually end up aborting their child. Let me say that again. A lot of black women that get married abort their children. And where do they go to abort their children? More likely than not, they go through Planned Parenthood. You know? So that's the reference he's talking about. Now, it's very, very unfortunate, you feel what I'm saying? But it's just like, one has to just really be aware of the situation in which they're in and just try to pray for better things and put themselves in position of better things coming their way. Real talk.
I put my life on this at this point because they've been fucking with me too long. They put the crazy narrative out there. My Jewish trainer, Harley Pasternak, who's Lizzo's trainer, put it out when I went to the hospital, put it in the press. I got a bunch of friends that went to the hospital. It didn't go to the press. They did that just like they did in the documentary on the 3rd episode to say, we love Ye like the rest of y'all. We know he a genius like the rest of y'all, but sometimes you got to turn the camera off on him. So they'll go and get a dude that's supposed to be my friend that's been taping me the whole time and buy this nigga out for $30 million.
I thought you co-signed that.
I ain't co-signing, but you get used to that. Paparazzi taking a picture of you, you ain't getting no money off it. You just get used to getting screwed by the Jewish media. And I'm saying, y'all done poked the bear too fucking long. When I wore the White Lives Matter tee, I had 4 SoFi Stadium shows. They canceled my shows. I said it's up. And let me tell you one thing, it's like if a black man is caught with something in the car or something, everybody in the car gonna go to jail with him, right? But if a black man can play basketball or rap, only he gets the record deal. So meaning like if one black man does something bad, all the other blacks get caught with him. If one black man does something good, nobody else gets nothing with him. It's a reverse for the Jewish people, right? If a Jewish person could repeatedly fucks me on a deal, it's just them. It's just the businessman. It's not the people. It's not nobody else. But if a Jewish person does good, all of their people eat with them. That's one of the flips. I gotta tell you something. Where is a black guy that has a Jewish person signed to him? Point it out. Tell me that. Where is a black person that's signed to a Jewish person? All of them. Basically 90% of them. So what I'm saying is, y'all done poked the bear too many times. Y'all should have learned with Drake. Y'all should have learned with Puff. Y'all should have learned with Hove. Y'all dealing with a different kind of animal here. You know, everybody wants to say I'm 730. Well, I'm gonna use that to my advantage. I told y'all I was the leader. I told y'all I'm gonna free my people in the name of God. And I will put my life at risk because if I wasn't in a glass prison, just like Larry Hoover's in a real prison, then I would have had to say so when my kids go to school. I go into my kids' school, I see Hanukkah books, then I see Kwanzaa. Christmas is Christ's Mass. Where's Jesus in the school where all the celebrities are paying for their kids to go?
Cell? I'm sorry. What did you just
Like,
say?
hey, I'm talking about.
Right.
But ain't nobody listening to me
right.
type shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm in like a glass box of like celebrity with a bunch of handlers around me and shit, and people colluding behind my back and being like, is he ramped up? What we gonna say now? What I told y'all, because I talked to Larry Jackson last night and he was like, yo.
From iTunes.
Yeah, but now he's got his own deal. He said, he started telling me how Clive Davis changed his life. And I talked to him for 6 minutes. He said, well, usually we talk back and forth. I said, Larry, this is my life, though. I'm letting you know so you can let everybody know what it is. What it is at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of y'all no more. And we don't have to be afraid. I understand that they got us so paid off every which way, they cutting down. And my whole point just off the tweet, the fact that, what does that even mean, what I said? And the fact that I got taken off proves my point. Jamie Lee Curtis went on TV and said, I hope they take his children away from him.
Wow.
I hope they take his children away from him. Everybody they put out, Triple X, Tupac, that's what Larry was saying.
Right.
My response was, well, I guess I'm next then.
Right.
Because it's no backing down at this point.
Exactly.
I talked to Cube because Cube been labeled an anti-Semite. First of all, we are Semite. We Jew, so I can't be anti-Semite.
Right.
First of all, I need my 4 stadiums back. The 78 media outlets that called me abuser when I was trying to get that heroin addict away from my kids that was tattooing my kids' names.
Why would Jamie Lee Curtis go on? Break that down for me. Why would she go on news and say that they hope they take his kids away? Excuse me. That just goes to show me that she doesn't want to. That's just demonic. I'm not gonna lie. If what he's saying is true, which I'm not doubting, it just goes to show you how people generally think, bro. Like, people don't want to see you happy. People don't want to see you successful, bro. They just want to plan your downfall. That's why you got to move in silence, bro. Real talk. Even your family.
On them, Skeet, Pete Davidson, they popping up. You know what I'm saying? It's like they Trevor Noah, not even from America.
Right.
He just looked black. Right? Gonna say, yo, Kim, it's gonna get dangerous. So they putting all that, he crazy. He's so OJ. Nori just want the family back together.
The period of OJ is crazy.
I just want the family back together. Kim is a Christian. On TMZ, I just saw yesterday, they said Pete Davidson and Kim have sex by the fireplace to honor their grandmother. It's Jewish Zionists that's about that life, that's telling this Christian woman that has 4 black children to put that out as a message in the media. So when I drive by and I see the Hulu ads and I say the JP Chase Morgan ads, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, the devil is a defeated foe. You can't poison me. And by the way, y'all done already fuck with me so much. Y'all already black mirrored me. You already made everybody think I'm crazy. You already took my family away. You already separated all my friends. I don't got no celebrity friends. Because when I was on TV, on Instagram saying, I don't know where my child is, and the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address of my child, none of these niggas that want to say something
Travis
now.
gave you the address, though, right?
Travis gave me the address. But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, fuck you. Hold on. Okay. All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fucking fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my co-car. So y'all niggas shut the fuck up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the fuck up about Michael.
Right.
I'm Michael now. Every Michael you can think of, but mostly Godfather Michael now. No. I'm Michael now. I'm Michael now. I am the richest.
Right. They say you're the richest black man in American history.
In history.
In American
history.
Can we make some noise for that, goddammit?
So I want y'all to run up on me.
No.
I want y'all to come kill me.
No.
I want you to smack me.
No.
I want you to do all the shit you rap about.
No.
Hold on, all the shit you rap about. I want you to come do it now. Come down to this joint right now, please. Or otherwise, shut the fuck up unless you was there when the Kardashians kidnapped my kid.
So he's beefing. So Ye's beefing with Meek Mill and who else? Puff Daddy. So P Diddy. Nah, but this is the thing though, bro. I'm gonna be real, guys. With Kanye and the White Lives Matter, right? There was something that I'd seen earlier today, actually, and it was Diddy coming out saying that he was not messing with the White Lives Matter T-shirt, and he posted this on the internet. It's like, bro, I see where Kanye is coming from because this is my thing, bro. If you really considered Ye to be your boy or your brother, you don't talk about those things on the internet, bro. You contact him behind closed doors and you settle what you got to settle as a man. You understand? If you settle what you have to settle as a man behind closed doors, how can he be angry at you? How can he be mad at you? Some people might say that it doesn't have anything to do with him and his daughter situation. And I agree, right? I think in America, they don't want you to be masculine as a man. And it's like, I think when people, and I believe that when people see certain things, they have to call it out. I think he wanted Diddy and Meek Mill to call out the situation that was happening between the Kardashians and himself. And they should have, especially if they really kidnapped his daughter, like he's saying. It's crazy, bro. But that's why we as men, we have to be very, very careful who we impregnate, who we take seriously. Especially if that woman has a history of demonic energy, possessing demonic energy, bro. Anyway, let's continue.
You understand? Now go and get y'all some motherfucking business while we go and get free. Because I'm Moses out here. You know what I'm saying? I watched the George Floyd documentary that Candace Owens put up. One of the things that his two roommates said was,
guys, we're going to be watching that documentary tonight. But let's continue.
They want a tall guy like me. They want a tall guy like me. And the day when he died, he said a prayer for, 8 minutes. Mm-hmm. He said a prayer for 8 minutes. They hit him with the fentanyl. If you look, the guy's knee wasn't even on his neck like that. When he said mama is his girlfriend. They said he screamed for his mama. Mama was his girlfriend. It's in the documentary. But something that hit me, that fucked me up when I was watching the documentary, and it said, they want a tall guy like me. When I looked at that image of him, this tall black dude with the bald head, he reminded me of somebody else. Who you think he reminded me of?
Virgil.
He reminded me of Virgil. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna cry in front of y'all because that's how they get me, right?
Right.
But I know that we lost him. And I know that this white company, Louis Vuitton, is now making statues of him, like as a martyr. And we don't know why exactly. We say it's cancer.
But I mean, all right. I want to be careful with this subject because.
Wait a second, but tell me, could you even really run this interview? Because Mav didn't run my interview.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They blocked me out. The Jewish media blocked me out. This shit lit, right? I'm lit, right? I'm lit.
Yeah.
I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? JP Morgan, I put $140 million into JP Morgan, and they treated me like shit. So if JP Morgan Chase is treating me like that, how they treating the rest of y'all?
That's outrageous, yeah.
And this murderers with Chase accounts.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I am outraged. By the time people they want to calm it down.
Because no matter what, you didn't break no law.
I didn't break a law. I didn't break a law.
The bank shouldn't be a judge or
Exactly,
jury.
and then they took all his
But
money.
this it's like a social contract. Candace Owens has a word for it, I'm forgetting it. But it's basically like they told Candace Owens she couldn't hang out with me. I'm here because I didn't have no outlet. I was on Tucker Carlson, right? And people, Trump supporters, they think it's so, they think it's nice that a black guy supports Trump. But it's like, would they really support me when I do? Because they said legally I'm not allowed to say what's happening in 2024. But all those people that love me when I run against, when I wore the hat, right? Would they support me? I got to say something about the hat. That's one of the things that really drove me to the edge.
Talking about the MAGA hat.
The MAGA hat. Imagine your own wife telling you, "Oh, the hat's small dick energy." Meanwhile, the Clintons got them trying to get people to get vaccinated. I know.
So Kim was telling him that him wearing the MAGA hat, which is I'm pretty sure was representative of Donald Trump, small dick energy. But this is the thing, though. I'm gonna be real. Like, I obviously support Ye and everything he's going through. But, bro, you chose to marry the woman, bro. You feel me? Like, we as a society, we have to learn how to hold each other accountable when it's necessary. In this situation, you chose to marry a woman knowing her past. She had a SDX tape released. She was married for 72 days in 2012, and then I think you guys married what in 2014 or something like that. But it's like, bro, like you knew what you were getting yourself into, even with like, and this is my thing, especially in the society in which we live in, where they try to tell us that a man can't be successful without a woman that's by his side. I say, nah, bro. If anything, the man becomes the most successful that he can ever become when he's single and he's focused. Because now when you start incorporating the woman into your life, you start to become distracted. You start to deal with your children and your family. You're not really going to be able to give enough time towards your success. Not saying it's not possible, but there has to be sacrifice on both ends. And the reality is that majority of women that are single and that are about to get into serious relationships either have trauma because of the previous men that they've slept with, or they're in a situation where they don't want to commit to somebody who's always going to be at work, or is going to be at work majority of the time, or they'll probably end up cheating on that dude. So it really just depends, man, and you got to be able to pick correctly if you're going to pick the right wife. You feel me? For all the men out there.
I know somebody, I'm not going to say his name, where Kim and Chris got on the phone with them trying to get them to push the vaccination to black people. Meaning that's how in tuned and how aligned with the Clintons that the Kardashians were through Corey. Oh. Through Corey. Corey is a plant. Corey was, Puff Daddy, Manny. You get what I'm saying? Then he was with Justin Bieber when Justin Bieber got in trouble. And then when Bruce did a transition to Caitlyn, he popped up. Now he run around like he Kylie Daddy. But he's there for the agenda and controlling the power of that family. Four of those people in that family have been raised Christian by Rob Kardashian. Mm. I know y'all want a question, but you ask something right there.
I think you just gotta let some of this out, and then we.
It's not even venting or inventing. It's up. They done fuck with me too long. Every time they say my name wrong, it's like they calling me Cassius. My name Ali. If I change my name, you respect that I changed my name. It shows you the level of disrespect. Every time they say one of my outfits are bizarre. When the last time you read a headline and they called me a billionaire? For 3 years, Forbes wouldn't say I was a billionaire. It's all to diminish me so y'all wouldn't listen to me. So say when I did the Ye and Drake show, right? It's so funny, I look up and it said Ye, DRK right there. But I look, it's just a similarity to it.
Like me?
Absolutely. Gemini dyslexic, left-handed, made to be right-handed so I could fit in.
Okay. All right. That's right. All right. Continue. All right. I'm gonna take another shot. I'm gonna be honest. This is a lot. I'm gonna be honest.
Only the Duce.
Yeah, okay. Only the Duce. This is beautiful.
Yo, think about like Nike. Nike is as popular as Apple, but it's company number 321. Apple's number 1. Nike's on defense. It's not on offense.
Whoa.
Right? Because niggas love Nike. Right, so Nike is used for political influence because it's not about the money you make, it's about the position you have. So when they signed me to Gap, it wasn't to raise a stock price, it was to be able to be like, to tell the Fortune 500 companies that do deals with China, to tell them, hey, Gap has influence in the underserved communities.
Right.
That was what the deal was about.
That's the girl part, not you.
The same reason why I was in a Kardashian situation. So you would feel.
Hold on, let me ask you something, because as a person that when we first seen the Gap deal, right? Yeah. we understand that rich motherfuckers ain't going in the Gap, but you know what? They was going in the Gap because of you, and they was going, and it said powered by Balenciaga. But then you walk into the store, and then there's these clothes that's just on the floor. Is that degrading to somebody that's rich that want to come in there and support you?
We should degrade the rich. Everybody is dirt. Everybody on the same level beneath God. Because we'll hop over.
That was all. I wasn't ready.
You know, we'll walk over a homeless person to get to the Gucci store.
Terrible.
Ray Kurzweil said, a utopia is possible where we're led by the least noble and the greediest people.
Exactly.
I brought the head designer of Balenciaga, the greatest designer on our planet today, to Dimna. Dimna is the Ye of clothing. Dimna is the Drake of clothing. Drake is the greatest rapper ever.
And you said,
and I don't apologize about it.
You said in war he'll fuck your baby's mother's mother?
Yeah, that was hard.
That was
hard.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on? What does that mean? What does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
We was confused.
You know what it means. So,
God damn it.
And I put like, Corey know what it means.
Corey, oh my God.
So,
Let me get another one.
I see acting up.
Time to bring out the Yabby Easy. Oh my God, I'm sorry, go ahead, continue.
Libra, happy birthday.
Oh shit, okay. Ye is out there, let's go. Speaking of that, are you single or are you back in the market? You finger popping out there? What you doing? What you doing out there?
Yeah, you know, I'm the type of person I'm gonna go from girlfriend to girlfriend. Like I like focus. You know, I like to.
What did I say?
Like I say, would it amuse you if I amused you? Like I like to make a girl my muse. I like to take them and take them.
What did I say? I said that you as a man, you're not going to be able to be the most successful version of yourself if you're going from woman to woman. You feel what I'm saying? Or even if you're not going from woman to woman, but if you're not trying to level up by trying to focus on how you could become the best version of yourself by being single. When you're single, it allows you to think. It allows you to really reflect. It allows you to self-improve. It allows you to really focus on the things that matter in life. But when you're dealing with women, you're distracted. I give him mad respect. Real talk.
Overseas or something like that. I like to get them Birkins. I might even get a girl a house. You know what I'm saying? I'm just on some like ridiculously rich shit. You know what I'm saying? I just do everything.
From one extreme to the other. Don't step over the homeless guy to get to Gucci. And I'm like,
Remember, we gotta go back to Gap.
No, because we can't have them homeless. We can't have them homeless.
No, but one day.
ridiculously rich shit.
One day I'm singing one of my favorite songs. I'm like, your life finna change right now.
That was about Cheney.
Okay.
Dick Cheney?
Wait a minute. What? No, but I was singing it.
No, at first, the funny thing, it was about Stas. And then Stas, Kylie's friend, and she was scared to come down to the studio because
her life was finna change right now?
Because the Kardashians got her threatened. So then I just took her name off.
Really?
Yeah. And then, but the thing, it's like a mix, because I could like a couple girls at one time, and I'll put that together in a verse. So some of the stuff is like specifically Cheney, and some of the stuff is more Stas. And then at the end of the day, it's all gospel, right? So we could be inspired by what God made through the female's beauty, but at the end of the day, we got to give it all to God. So at the end of the song, it says, Stassi, baby, why you twerk so crazy? I want to be on an airplane, because it's the twerking video, she on the airplane. I played it for Trav, he started laughing. But then I switched, I said, Lord, take me where you want to take me. Too much drama lately, your life finna change right now. Your life finna change right now. Balenciaga for all your friends, Hermes for the argument.
Your life better change right now.
Okay, let me talk about Balenciaga.
Okay. I'm Balenciaga that. Just in case you don't know, I studied.
Yeah.
So
So
did my part. Oh, and I got the lights lighting up too.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been since you did the last interview. I've been Balenciaga. Y'all, you know my nickname is Yala, so now they call me Balenciaga.
that's what I'm saying.
I killed that. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry.
All right, so Balenciaga has the best design because they have the best designer. Period.
And that's not you.
I'm more like a Steve Jobs type. You know, you used to say to Steve, like, yo, you don't even program. You know, I would never disrespect a designer that been to school and that can cut and have dedicated their whole life and call myself a designer. I'm more an imagineer. I'm a visionary. And I place the pieces of our culture together. Even right now, you know, I want to bring joy and laughter. So even if say we wanted to like look at the interview and we have a conversation out and say, look, do we need this first segment? Let's just do the shit that's like, you know, it's controversial because people ain't gonna really name names, but it's funny still. I think about that. It's like, we need joy. It's too much pain. You know, it's too much anger and it's too much trauma economy. You know, I'm not gonna be like, I talk about the left, the Democrats, and how they prey with BLM on our outrage.
Listen, I'm gonna say this one thing right now. In regards to Black Lives Matter, I definitely side with where Kanye's coming from. I do believe that it's not intention towards people or towards Black people. I think people have used Black Lives Matter as for their own personal agendas to be able to steal money from the program personally. You know, and it's sad because it's like you have so many people donating every single year, and those people don't know where their money is going towards.
You know, even when I put up the DEFCON 3 tweet, I was outraged at this point.
What does DEFCON 3 mean?
It's like level of like
You know, actually, when it's
really not that
when it's
smart.
DEFCON,
it's like nuclear war shit.
But
like,
I spelled it wrong. I have a tendency to do that. But DEFCON is actually that you're preparing to protect yourself. Because that's what I did. Because once they cancel 4 SoFi stadiums because of what's classified as wrong think, because you have groupthink, it is very important to have the Black vote be in groupthink and to not separate from the thought and being completely in line with the agenda of the left, the Jewish media, and the Chinese.
Yep.
There's a lot of
Chinese niggas got something to do with it?
They got something to do with everything. This is my issue with Jared Kushner. So I went to a dinner, right, with Josh Kushner, Jared Kushner, and Ivanka. I'm always saying her name like that. So
we know what that means. That's a different ring to it. Go ahead, continue.
No, me and Ivanka, nothing never happened. But
I hung out with you and Jared one time.
It's so funny though, because me and Drake, you know, before Donda came out, we met up at the studio, and the 80% of the time I'm just talking about how much I love Future and how I want to work with him, and how, you know, he's, you know, the most influential, you know, artist of the past 10 years. He had the most #1s in history now, but Wait For You, so we was right about that, right? So, and he says, yo, I just want to tell you, you know, nothing ever happened, you know, with Kim.
Who, Future?
No, this is what Drake told me.
Oh, this is
I'm
Drake.
only talking to Drake about Future, really. Like, I'm like, yo, I love Future.
This is after y'all squashed the beat, after the
This
concert?
is when we were squashing it, right?
Okay.
This is when we squashed it twice last year. In the beginning, and then when me and Jay Prince went to go see him. I got another funny story about that.
I would love to hear it.
So then Drake says to me, yo, I need to tell the story like this. So basically, you know, Jared Kushner asked Steve Stout, like, yo, just tell me, like, did Ye fuck my wife? And Steve Stout was like, no, Ye never did nothing. So when I went to the White House, I saw Jared. I was like, yo, I want to just tell you, nothing ever happened. He's like, yo, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, yo, and I grabbed him by both shoulders, and I was like, yo, Jared, nothing has nothing's ever happened. And he said, yo, thank you for saying that. Okay, so when I saw Drake, we was in a parking lot, we were talking, and he said, yo, I just want to tell you, yo, nothing ever happened. And then I said, yo, thank you for saying that. When did I become Jared Kushner?
I didn't know where this was going. I did not know where this was going. You had me scared for a second.
Hidden Hills. Give your wife the chills. No, so, okay, so...
You gave me the chills for sure. For sure, I got it.
All right, so this is why we're gonna win for 2024,
Okay,
bro.
let's go.
This truth. The
Right.
truth, because every man got their truth.
Right.
Every man could be the victim or the victor. You either one, you cheat with somebody or you're getting cheated on. You know, you either the victim or the bully. Like, it depends on the situation you're in. And I just want to show you that situation. So we're going because the old man made a call for me and
You said
Drake.
old man, we talking about Larry Hoover.
Yeah, Larry Hoover
That's right.
made a call for me and Drake to squash things
Fire.
and to do this
That's dope.
concert together. Just like Farrakhan said something to me and Puff just now about white lives matter and black lives matter,
Right.
and about the misunderstandings that we're having out here, right? So,
Which is beautiful.
So
Yeah.
it's me, Jay Prince, G, it's Jazz Prince, it's his wife, and I got a girl with me, and I'm like, damn, my bitch not as bad as Jazz wife.
Wait, you saying this out loud? You wild, bro.
Nah,
I'm
you
like,
wild.
damn, she killer. No, so anyway, so Dave Chappelle has a concert that night. The night where we're going to, so we're seeing like, yo, can we go chop it up with Drake and then make it to the Dave Chappelle joint and go by the house? And then, so we're on the plane and we're like, well, where's Drake's house in comparison in distance to the concert? And I look up, I say, Google it. That's the whole thing. You can Google it. Remember that was the whole. Wait a second. I can set it up differently. Remember the whole thing was.
Yeah, when you gave
Yo,
Drake
I
address
gave
out.
his address.
Yes.
And my whole thing is you could Google the address.
Right,
And
right.
everybody on the plane start laughing. Because you could Google the address. You know, it just looked like something on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, got the address.
Right.
And guess how I found it? I Googled it.
That's crazy.
Oh, shit. Your house don't look the same on these Google Maps.
So but how is that? So you actually go to his house to squash it?
Yeah.
You walk into the lion's den for lack of a better term because you're on his grounds. And then you at this time, at least I remember, this is Kanye Dolo. This is like Kanye's not rolling with no one. Or did you go with security at that time or no?
Nah, I mean, Jay Prince is there.
Okay,
So, you know,
That's
real.
success.
Let's make some noise, Jay Prince.
Yeah, that's success.
Jay Prince. Real nigga, what's up?
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah, but you know, Charlemagne.
How you knew I was going to talk about Charlemagne? How you knew that? That's in my notes. Go ahead.
He just, he gonna go on air and be like, oh, but I'm gonna paraphrase it. Kim is with Pete because he got a bigger dick. Why you talking about another man's dick?
Exactly, that's kind of
on
pause.
camera. Nothing you got to
That is
deal
kinda
with.
pause.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like a bunch of these industry plant niggas is just like Samuel Jackson and Django. Not Samuel Jackson in real life. I fuck with Samuel Jackson in real life. I'm just talking about the character in Django. It's like, man, y'all are not helping, but it's like a video game of life. You know, we all gonna get free eventually. And like you see, I got love for everybody, but it's no love if somebody's fucking with me.
Right.
I'm like, I really don't wish harm on nobody.
Right.
But I do realize that I can make people jealous by like
Your
flexing
success.
so hard, and that's gonna come with it. You know what I'm saying? It's because me and Cons would be in the studio, and we would make songs and be like, yo, we wanna make niggas mad. We wanna make niggas mad with the music. Like if it don't hurt. Like if it don't, it can't just compete, it has to hurt. That's the reason why I'm not Wash, because I still make it hurt, you know, so, and then it comes out and it hurt, and people be hurt about it, and then I be halfway acting like I don't know why they hurt. They hurt because you hurt them. This hurts. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping in a stadium hurts.
Yeah.
All like, you know, throwing Balenciaga Couture on the floor, it hurts. Like even when, you know, I went to the Ice Cube Big 3 event, and I had Justin LaBoy, King Toxic, and I had Vori with me, and I was saying like, yo, Drake, because this is my number, you know, it's like if we're gonna put our album out, you gotta go after the #1 artist.
Which was Vori at the time?
Which was Drake.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like right now, when me, James Blake, and No ID are in the studio working on our album, who do you think we be bringing up when we talking about songs? Stadium artists. Who do you think we bring up? And we ain't got no problem. There's no beef and no problem. It's just like, yo, we competing. Not Drake. Who do you think we bring? Anybody else got another?
Travis?
Stadium. Think down here.
Kodak Black.
No. Stadium. Stadium. Bad Bunny. That's who's on our wall.
Right.
That's who's on our wall when we make music.
Right.
We loading up concert footage.
Right.
Are you talking about the aesthetics of the stadium and what it's looking
Yeah,
like?
not just the
And in
aesthetic.
retrospect, if it wasn't for me, it might not be no Bad Bunny. I brought reggaeton to America. I'm sorry. I'm making noise for me.
You guys are fun.
Come on, let's go.
So the thing is, it depends on what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do clothes. We're gonna look at Supreme.
Right.
We're gonna look at Balenciaga. We're gonna look at Ralph. Are we looking at these raps?
Right.
You know, we're gonna look at Drake. You know what I'm saying? We looking at
Guys, we're gonna watch like 4 more minutes of this, and then we're gonna get into this documentary, man.
stadiums.
Right.
We're gonna look at Bad Bunny. We gotta look at everything that's really happening. We're gonna look at money. We're gonna look at Elon. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna look at the Saudis. That's how I look at everything.
That's a widespread view of everything.
You know what I'm saying? It's like everything has to be Apple, you know, level.
Because we heard you was building your own Yay community. Is that still
Yay Immunity?
Yay Immunity.
Unity. You know, this is one of my issues that I have because I've been building. I've invested like over $150 million in 10 years of research into simplifying our communities because there are no black, not just because there are no black-owned communities, but just me as a black person, that's who I am in this video game of life. I'm the type of person that's like, yo, we are one species, right? We're one being. There's no salute.
Let's make noise for Yay real quick. I'm sorry. We are one species. Take it from there.
We one like, but
you gotta sip it. It don't count. Yeah, it don't count. I'm sorry. This drink champs. What's up?
Oh, this is good, right?
It's not Tucker Carlson. It's not Good Morning America.
Oh, you said his name right this time.
I said it right. You is back in the culture, and guess what? Welcome back, baby. Go ahead.
Welcome back.
Yes.
I'm a living Mace rap.
Yes.
Just listen to a Mace rap and like if this was a person.
Right. You know, Mason was going on tour, got canceled. They should have added you.
I would got super canceled then.
Oh, fuck. I didn't think like that.
Super canceled.
They had the meanest 5 dates ever.
There you go.
Yeah. Atlanta ain't canceling.
You know, it's so funny that The Gap wouldn't put a store in Atlanta.
Wow.
I was born in Atlanta.
Wow.
All of the freshest, like, you know what I'm saying?
You were born in Atlanta or Chicago?
Andre 3000, Playboy Cardi, like all of the like freshest dress, you know, influencers are like from Atlanta and stuff. So that's that thing where people talking about you without you in the room. That's the thing when we sign and do these licensing deals.
You're a brand though. Yeah, they're supposed to talk about you a lot when you're not in the room.
Yeah, but that's when you sign to them. They're seeing how they're gonna use you.
So this is what all right, break it down in like simplest form for a record. Like, so you wasn't signed to them. You this was a distribution deal. This was like
it was like a licensing deal.
Okay.
And the funny thing is they think they could give me a Baby B, and you know the Baby B. It's a billion, yeah, but it's just like it's like a little
baby billion.
It's like a little billion. It's like a little billion. It's a Baby B.
That's above our pay grade.
He said a baby beat. No, I don't know what that is yet. I'm sorry.
If you don't want it, we'll take the baby beat.
Yeah, but they think they could just like run us with a baby B, little baby B. And the funny thing is,
Exactly.
you know, they'll give me that, and I'm making, you know, more money than anybody that works at the Gap. But you want the information. It's like a friend that caught your girl cheating, right? How much is it worth to have the actual information? And then he said it, but then she's lying, right? So if you actually had something on camera or a phone or a text or a screen grab, what would that be worth to you? Let's say you bought a car or something like that. Wouldn't it be worth 2 cars just to have that text? Just to have it? I remember I found out some information one time. It was on the Super Bowl. I literally found it at the time when Tom Brady was throwing a touchdown. The audience was going like this. I was going like this. Yeah, I caught you now. You was lying the whole time. Like,
I'm talking about inflation.
What'd you say?
The inflation when the ball was.
No, not the inflation.
Okay.
This is a later date and shit.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, information is the most important resource to our species above water. Because with information, you can find water. So Jewish people have information, Chinese people, it's not even information, it's intelligence, right? Because what is the definition of the word nigga? Ignorant. So it's intelligence. So you see a human being that can be looked at or classified as a nigga that is cocooning or breaking out of a cocoon into intelligence and bringing all of his niggas with him at the same time. And that is the way that we're gonna get free and come into our own power the way the Jewish people came into their power.
And avoiding misinformation, which is more of.
Misinformation, like trauma economy, like the BLM. You know what I'm saying? When they do BLM, when they do school shootings, the same amount of people getting killed every week in Chicago, but they're not posting that. They're not showing that.
But why you not posting that? Because you from Chicago. Barack Obama's from Chicago.
He from Hawaii.
Oh, what is that?
No, he was born in Hawaii.
Oh, you said Hawaii?
Yeah. But he made his chops in Chicago.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because
from Hawaii.
That's the thing is, what's crazy is I noticed Clinton. When Clinton became into the administration, Little Rock, Arkansas became the most wildest place there was. Yeah. And then when
it didn't start with him going to
I'm just saying.
Little Rock was wild.
The George Floyd area, the free George Floyd zone that they made, the murder rate is up 50% since George Floyd. It's mayhem. It's Mad Max.
Yeah.
But keep going. What you saying?
No. That's what I'm saying. What happens to these cities when we have somebody so illustrious becomes from this city, and then now this city becomes the murder capital? Like, it seems that's what it seems like.
I mean, but look at like Barack. You know, look at his hair color when he went in. Look at the hair color when he went out.
Yeah, everyone said. Yeah.
You know, like, because if you don't have the connections, you know, Trump had enough connections to make it into office, but he didn't have the Jewish media on his side. Because the Jewish media was already aligned with an agenda with the left, with the Chinese. So you got like Alex Baldwin dissing, you know, Trump as soon as he went in, used to be his boy. You got black people dissing Trump. Black people know they love Trump. Yeah. We used to have raps. Guess who the black Trump? You know.
But he could have been better at messaging. That's what I feel like the rhetoric was just unnecessary sometimes.
It was, but it's that frustration. It's like what I had to learn is like that thing I said with DEFCON, that was like me going Trump, you know, level. Right. You know, that was, you can't, as you see, when we got warmed up, it's like a conversation where even in the beginning, we'll see if we want to use stuff in the beginning, if it's any of the messaging.
Right, yeah, I definitely need another one.
That we want to put out, you know.
You got me going, man.
The only possible way that I could have won, that I'm gonna win, the only possible way is for me to early on call out the Jewish media this early, right? Because they'll play nice with you. But I see him fucking with me, like the SoFi Stadium, like 78 media outlets calling me an abuser based off something Trevor Noah said. Me being canceled from the Grammys. Me being said, they saying that I said a racial slur because I said, Kumbaya, my lord, Kumbaya, talking about Trevor Noah. And then they kicked me off the Grammys, and I was slated to win Album of the Year for the first time in my life. It's my 10th album. It's the most number ones in Apple history, and I'm an incredible artist. It reached at this point, and we don't even know who won Album of the Year. It got canceled by who? Jewish media. By the time 2024 runs around, at Jewish media, they're gonna be my friends, because you can't just go into the White House like Trump did and have the entire American media against you, because you can't get the work done. It's like having like 3 million Meek Mills at one time. At all times, every time you're talking, it's just Meek Mills, just talking shit about you. And you're trying to, show that. When the last time you heard North Korea? You know what I'm saying? Trump did that. He came out the gate, boom. He did that. So I feel like that's like, for me as a musician, to mention the Jews is like North Korea for anyone else's career. And my dad said something to me, because my dad was proud of the shirt. He understood it. I was like, why you like that? He said, white lives matter. And he's like, cry face, cry face. I said, why was that funny to you, Dad? My dad don't know none of my rap lyrics, nothing like that. He's political, he a genius. He like Steve Jobs. He got a water purification center in the DR. This nigga's smart, right?
Relax, Dominican people. Go ahead.
So our focus is water, right? Our second most important resource. Our second most important resource to knowledge is water. Our third is food. Our fourth is shelter.
Let me ask you: have you seen that guy that created that system that gets water out of the atmosphere?
Yeah, I met with him before, and we need that. We need every version of how we could take salt water out of the atmosphere. But right now in America, say one of the laws that I would change is it's illegal to collect rainwater in America.
What?
Illegal?
It's illegal?
It's illegal to collect rainwater
You go to
in
every
America.
other country, they're collecting rainwater.
People are controlling the water. It's gonna be what t-shirt you wear, what political opinion, and who got beef with who. You ain't got no water. You ain't got no life.
Right.
I'm trying to tell you, because, a lot of people they want to call me crazy. It's like running a marathon. If I got some shorts on and a tank top and I'm sweating hard as hell, running down the street.
Let me just say this one quick thing right now. When you're a man that's on your masculine journey, your masculine spiritual journey with the Most High God, and you say certain things and you do certain things, people are going to cast judgment upon you. People are going to make you seem like you don't know what you're talking about. You're weird. You're different. You got to accept it. You got to accept it in its entirety, because the reality of the situation is that people don't want to see you level up. People don't want to see you succeed, but they can't stop you as long as you're putting in the effort, regardless. You understand? It is what it is.
Street running the wrong way down a freeway, then you're gonna say that person is crazy. But if 100 other people do it with me, then it's a marathon.
That's a good way to put it.
Killed that.
Yeah.
Killed that.
So some of the stuff, I'm the first person that's saying it.
Right.
Or Candace Owens is the first person that's saying it.
Right.
Then another person sees it and say, I kind of feel you. Floyd Mayweather might say, oh, I feel you. And then Steve Harvey might say, I feel where you're coming from. There's a lot of black conservatives. The liberal agenda is to take God out of the homes and separate the families. With that, you're going to get mayhem. You're going to get Mad Max on the other side. The conservative agenda is still that God runs the world. And I'm Christian, and I feel like I got the best taste on the planet. So that's Jesus. I'm Jesus gang.
Okay.
But the Jewish people and the Muslims are all sons of Abraham also. And what Farrakhan would talk about right now is, for the Jewish people, what I'm doing is I'm Me Tooing the Jewish culture. I'm saying y'all gotta stand up and admit to what y'all been doing. And y'all just got away with it for so long that y'all don't even realize what y'all doing. And it's like, y'all can't fuck with me either because y'all behind that gated fence, y'all soft, your hands got soft. You ain't out here getting beat up every day like me. You ain't out here getting called crazy every day like me. You ain't out here getting your family snatched like me. You ain't out here half your culture getting aborted like me. You ain't out here getting outraged with false narratives like BLM like me. So for all the Jewish media, y'all want to sit down and have a conversation with me? Then let's have a conversation. But you ain't gonna send Harley Pasternak, Puff Daddy, Meek Mills, Kim Kardashian, none of the usual suspects, and get me to stop talking. You're going to have to take my life.
You know what the thing is though, and what Kanye is saying right now, we're gonna end it off at this, right? Because not the live stream, we're gonna get to Candace Owens thing right now. This is the reality situation, bro. Woke family, hold on. This is the reality situation. The reality situation is that when you are a masculine woke man on your journey and you start to speak the truth, people will either do two things. Not even only people, but just the society, the government, bro. They are either going to you or they're going to censor you. What did Ye just say? He literally said that you have to him in order to be able to get him to stop. That's the reality of the situation. Even as other people start to become more successful and start to speak the truth and speak out against all the evils that are happening in this world, that's the reality, bro. They don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you successful. You feel me? That's the reality, bro. But you have to trust in God and you have to continue to fight against all the demonic spirits of the underworld and of this world in order to be able to achieve greatness. No problem. We're going to end off this video right now with Kanye. We're going to move on to the next, or with Ye. We're going to move on to the next video with George Floyd and Candace Owens. Let's get to this video. Hold on one second, guys. Okay. Let's see how this is looking. One second. Okay. All right. All right, bro. Hold on. Let's try this again, guys. Run it again. Hold on, guys. Let me just sign up real quick. I'm so sorry. Let me sign up real quick. Let's get this out the way. They never told me to do this before. Hold on, guys. Guys, hold on one second, man. My apologies. Is it right here? Let's see, guys. Okay. All right, guys. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. All right. Hold on. Let me just fix up everything real quick, and we'll get into the video. All right, guys. Let's do this. So, just for you guys to be aware, this is the Candace Owens George Floyd documentary. So let's get into it.
990 IRS filings. They collected eight. Where is that money?
It's not here, boss.
Where have you seen that? So my producer just sent me. It is just shocking to me because of how much money was covered. Super frustrating, but that's a dead end. Really interesting. Ready for some? Another 200K went to S-Teep show workers, phone sex operators, and webcam. So Black Lives Matter released their $80 million.
Everything looks worse than it was.
Money impacted throughout the city. A link was raised to think that where he lived, the bills weren't being so. And here's where it gets BLM pride. Sports, BDSM workers, strippers.
Oh, so this isn't even the movie. Yeah, why did they play us, man? I kind of had an idea that it was a trailer. It kind of gave me trailer vibes. All right, hold on, guys. Hold on, man. I thought this was actually the movie. All right, hold on, hold on. Let's see if they'll allow us to watch it here. Hold on, guys. Guys, I don't know why I can't find this movie. Hold on. Guys, if we can't find this movie, it is what it is. You feel me? The movie's out there, but I don't know why it's not allowing me to connect. Guys, I don't think I'm able to find it. It's fine. I've tried. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. All right, guys, we're gonna get back to this. My bad. My apologies. I've tried. All right, we're gonna get back to watching a couple more videos though. All right. We're gonna watch another video with Kanye, guys. All right.
Your website looks amazing.
Yeah,
Oh,
my apologies.
thank you. But why are sales so low?
Well,
Hotjar shows your customer's journey from beginning to end,
they can't find the checkout.
so you can fix any problems along the way.
Yeah, thanks to Hotjar.
Exactly. Thanks to Hotjar.
I don't care if you Black Mirror me. I don't care if you do some of the.
Offering pre-purchase upsells on your site is just as important and profitable as offering.
Hold on, guys.
no, he got it back.
Gianna, Gracie, what did you say?
How you doing, Kanye?
How you feeling after this week?
How you feeling, brother?
I feel good.
You look great.
Thank you very much, sir.
You look great, my girl.
Thank you, Kanye.
Do you want to talk about anything, Kanye?
I mean, do you think you're being unfairly targeted for the comments you've been making?
Do you feel like these terms fair?
Yes,
absolutely.
You know, I mean, anti-Semitic statements are never good for anybody, right? It's kind of like being anti-black.
But, you know, it's really interesting. I didn't realize that I could be considered anti-Semitic till I read one of the definitions of anti-Semitism. Look at this. The definition says, making mendacious, dehumanizing, demonizing, or stereotypical allegations about Jews as such, or the power of Jews as a collective, such as, especially, but not exclusively. This sounds like a, let it go back. All right, so it says, think about it, that sounds like the type of wording that's in the contracts, right?
Indeed.
Okay, it says, such as, especially, but not exclusively, the myth about a world Jewish conspiracy or of Jews controlling the media, economy, government, or other societal
But
institutions.
isn't that what you said? That Jews run everything?
Yeah, but that actually is considered to be anti-Semitic.
Right.
So I didn't realize that it was anti-Semitic to say, hey, you know, I have a Jewish attorney, I have a Jewish record label, I have a Jewish contractor, I have a
Do you
Jewish...
regret your statements?
Or the statements you think you should be walking back? I mean, considering...
What do you mean walking back?
Well, you know, backing up off of them. I mean, the thing is, you've lost a lot of endorsements. People are dropping you. You're getting, you know, vilified. You know, I mean, you might think you're right, but I think, you know, there's a whole world out.
So you're trying to pressure him into going back on the statements that he made against Jewish people, but the reality of the situation is that even if he were to go back on those statements, you're not going to respect him. You're going to think he's weak, and then you're still going to pummel him into a corner. So isn't he better off just sticking to those statements?
Out there that's condemning you for what you said.
Okay, so this right here is a chart of Universal Studios, 20th Century Fox, ABC News, CBS News, Columbia Pictures, Warner Brothers, ESPN Sports, Fox News, Washington Post, Metro Goldwyn Mayer, MTV Music Television, Nickelodeon, USA Today, Wall Street Journal, Comedy Central, NBC Entertainment, Google, what else do we have? Disney, ABC Kids and Family, YouTube, Los Angeles Times, Discovery Network, Paramount Pictures, Facebook, Huffington Post, Yahoo, Marvel, Hulu, Cosmopolitan, Time, Touchstone, Associated Press, Pixar, Miramax, HBO, New York Post, LucasArts, MSNBC, DreamWorks Animation. Now, the thing is, I skipped over maybe about 5 of them because it was just unclear on this list. The red are the executives that are Jewish at these companies.
Wow.
Do you think they stuck together when they heard what you said? Was that the...
For sure. You know they are.
Well, what I said is, hey, you know, I've had experiences where it felt like I was being teamed up on, and I didn't realize that that term would be considered to be anti-Semitic. So I had a mediation with Adidas today, and I think Adidas felt like because everyone else was ganging up on me that they had the right to just take my designs. And I feel like right now, I feel like that was, in Christianity, we don't say karma, we say you reap what you sow. And I feel like this is God humbling me right now because there's two things that are happening. A lot of times when I would say, oh, I'm the richest black man, it would be a defense that I would use for the mental health conversation. To say, oh, you guys say I'm crazy, but look at this, I made money. And but that is not godlike to be showing off. So if it's not godlike, then God will take that because it's all the church's money, right? So what's happening right now is I'm being humbled. Another thing that's happening is by me being burned to the flesh every single day, it's actually proving what I had to say. So
I agree.
When I went to the mediation, what I want to say is, like, black people are like, okay, Lex Friedman got you to apologize. Pierce Morgan got you to apologize to the Jews.
This is the reality. He's right in the sense that by him saying what he's saying about them, by them reacting the way that they are reacting, that means that he is technically right. Because if they didn't feel any way about what he said, they wouldn't have tried to call his comments anti-Semitic, and Adidas wouldn't have left him. Look at the situation that happened with Nick Cannon a couple years back. I think this was 2020, 2019, where they claimed that he made anti-Semitic comments, and they completely kicked him off Wild 'N Out. And it wasn't until probably last year that they let him back on Wild 'N Out. And they tried to give his co-host, right? I forgot the brother's name, his role. And he said, nah, we don't do that to each other. This goes to show you, bro.
But you never apologized to us about the George Floyd comment that made us feel bad. Now, the thing is, okay, JFK, they got a lot of documentaries about how it happened. So we can argue about how it happened, which I like the fact that we can.
I'd like to really see the interview take place between himself and Andrew Tate and see what they both have to say in regards to the situations in which they face, bro. Because the way they're just canceling people left and right, who knows? I might be next. You know what I'm saying? Who knows?
Do that, but regardless, when I see that video as a black person, it hurts my feelings, and I know that police do attack, and America is generally racist. And I understand that when we got to say Black Lives Matter, that the idea of it made us feel good together as a person, as a people, right? When let me say it so the soundbite is better for you guys. When the idea of Black Lives Matter came out, it made us come together as a people. Now afterwards, yes, there was some things where the money went. There were some things where it was used in order to push us to the Democratic vote. There were people behind it involved. That happened, but the general feeling. So when I said that, and I questioned the death of George Floyd, it hurt my people. It hurt the black people. So I want to apologize to hurting them, because right now God has shown me by what Adidas is doing and by what the media is doing, I know how it feels to have a knee on my neck now. So I thank you, God, for humbling me and letting me know how it really felt. Because how could the richest black man ever be humble other than to be made to not be a billionaire in front of everyone off of one comment that actually, if you look at the definition of DEFCON, it means to get extra defense, which obviously I must have needed.
Yeah.
I must have needed that extra defense.
Are you worried you ruined your legacy, Kanye?
How?
Sway?
Well,
stop.
I'm not worried. I'm just not worried, period. God is alive. God runs the world. You know, God even runs Hollywood. God is alive. And he's using me right now. He chose me for such a time like this to basically for the media to put their knee on my neck, for Adidas to put their knee on my neck. All I ever wanted at Adidas, I left Nike because Nike wouldn't give me a percentage for my shoes when I had the Red October. And my girlfriend at the time was pregnant, and I needed to get some money. Because if I was the kid that just had the red shoes, I could have never been a black man wearing a red hat.
A business account could help boost your TikTok content. Here's how. Meet Anya. So you run a small business on TikTok.
When the like Nike would have shut me down immediately, right? But because Adidas was a German company, it gave me a little bit more room to be able to express myself and to actually have a political opinion as an American, that I wasn't forced into a political opinion because of the color of my skin. Now let's talk about the red hat, and let's talk about the similarities to the White Lives Matter t-shirt. The thing about the red hat that drove me to a point of exhaustion, which was misdiagnosed by I'm not gonna say what race, what people, doctor, and what hospital and what media it went to. We know I can't say that. It was a Jewish doctor that
He said he can't say it, but then he always ended up saying it. I respect it, man.
diagnosed me of having a disorder that would have had me on medication right now. At a time like this, if I was on medication right now, then one pill could have been swapped out and it would be Michael Jackson and Prince all over again. But because I didn't take the misdiagnosis.
And he's right. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of these doctors that try to make it seem as if something is wrong with you, but you're just using the energy that God gave you in order to be able to solve the problems in the world. I remember growing up in elementary school, right? This was what, 2010, 2011. One of the psychologists at my school, elementary school at the time, tried to diagnose me with with Asperger's, right? Asperger's syndrome, because I had a lot of energy growing up. And as a young male growing up, you're supposed to have a lot of energy. So the fact that they tried to diagnose me with something that I didn't believe I had, this goes to show you that they don't want you to win. They want to suppress your energy. They want to make you weak. They don't want to see you progress to the person that you know you're meant to be. So you as a man, you have to really be ready to fight all of those things.
And I didn't take the medication. I'm able to speak to you guys clear of thought and transparently.
Facts.
Now let me talk about the red hat. Wearing the MAGA hat, the way that Hollywood's political agenda attacked me and put me to a point of exhaustion was death by 1,000 cuts. Everyone would say something to me, from a driver to my ex-wife to Adidas. Everyone would say something. So when I wore that White Lives Matter, I said, I'm not going through this again. I'm not going. Hey, y'all gonna leave me alone about my t-shirt. Because what's the point of having influence and having money if people could come up and just pinch you?
But don't you think having influence, you have a responsibility?
And that's the responsibility that I'm taking right here.
Don't you think
that's why you asked that question.
But don't you think it's dangerous rhetoric to be anti-Semitic, to say all lives matter or white lives matter? No, I'm asking.
You're harping on saying white lives matter, anti-Semitic. That's what you.
How is all lives matter and saying white lives matter anti-Semitic? Talk to me. How is that Semitic?
No, I'm not saying that.
It is what he just asked.
No, you just said that though.
You just said that.
But you misspoke. But I'm saying
no, you didn't. That was a Freudian slip.
I'm trying to correct myself.
Okay, correct yourself.
To walk around with
do you want to walk back that statement?
Exactly. Sure, I'll walk.
You got the chance.
Walk back that statement.
Do you think maybe
No, wait a second. He's gonna walk back.
But I'm saying you're wearing the White Lives Matter shirt. And Black Lives Matter, and a lot of people think that you're being anti-black by saying
no.
That you're being. Okay. How are you being anti-black by saying that white lives matter? As a black man, can white lives matter and black lives matter not exist at the same time? Talk to me. Wamoku, talk to me.
What? Let him talk. In America, black people don't take all the rights that we have that are actually given to us. Because we weren't given what we were promised in the first place, which was the 40 acres. Instead, we were given...
And a mule.
And a mule. Instead, we were given projects and bad food and posters of Oprah Winfrey. And also Planned Parenthood. People said to me multiple times, visit the Holocaust Museum. I said, visit our Holocaust Museum. It's called Planned Parenthood. 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust, and I am sorry for your losses. 20 million blacks died to abortion, and Planned Parenthood was made by Margaret Sanger with the real KKK as population control. Margaret Sanger is a eugenics and is working today. The number one cause of death for black people in America is abortion. The most dangerous place for a black man today, or black baby, black woman, is in their mother's stomach.
I won't be surprised.
And that is a programming that's pushed through, I got a new word for 2024, the red media. That is the red media. If you go to Apple right now, go to Apple Music. Let's load up the top 10 songs. I guarantee you they're promoting black serial killing.
Absolutely.
Not just one. They're promoting black. The red media is making money off of blacks being serial killers to each other. Also misogynistic. The red media is making money off of that. And God sees it. But I understand, and I'm not judging because the oppressed becomes the oppressor. And it is our time now. Blacks are coming into money. We are not scared anymore. And I showed you that I crossed that line. They tried to bankrupt me. They tried to say I was crazy, and I'm alive. We haven't had a full black community since the gentrification of Harlem and Black Wall Street, which was torn down. But I know my brothers, my engineers, my architects, my farmers are gonna rise up. And if it meant they had to take me and drag me like Emmett Till in front of everyone because I whistled, I know my brothers, my engineers, and I have no reason to lie. My family was taken away from me. My reputation has been smeared. So let's close with a prayer. Father God, thank you. Thank you for keeping me alive. Thank you for the voice. Thank you for the clarity. Thank you for the experience. And thank you for the love. Because even though the real hate is what's happening on the media, and the idea of DEF CON was to get protected for a time like this, let's lead with love. I have no association to any hate group. If any hate happens upon any Jewish person, it is not associated, because I am demanding that everyone walk in love. Even though there's been things that have happened wrong to me that made me want to speak up, that you guys saw in the past 2 weeks. You saw the power. You saw Ari Emanuel come out in public and ask, if that happened in public, what do you think happened in private? And what do you think happened in private to so many people for so many years? But what I'm telling everyone, no matter what background you are, no matter what socioeconomic class you are, walk with love right now.
Amen.
Do what God would want. What would Jesus do? Walk with love, spread happiness. I thought that I wasn't gonna be like MLK and stand there. There's times I felt very Malcolm X, but for some reason God has called me to love and to ask for love for everyone. It's time for us just to love, because love is the answer. It is the only way. Gandhi said, someone who was actually considered to be a racist, right? Gandhi said, an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. Jesus, Father God, spread the love. Put the love in our hearts, and know that we are not each other's enemy, but we're all children of you. And you can bring this world to a peaceful place on earth as it is in heaven. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Love you guys.
Thank you, Kanye.
We love you.
I'm done with my energy's done.
Thank you, Kanye.
I mean, it was a very good interview. You know what I'm saying? Very insightful. I'm gonna give you my last thoughts, and then we're gonna end off this live stream tonight, man. I don't think he's crazy. I just think he's going through a lot of things. He's fighting a lot of demonic forces, both in the spiritual realm and in the physical realm. And as long as he trusts in God, God will bring him back to where he once was. Right? We have to understand as people that we live in demonic times, and you have to level up. Spiritually, financially, emotionally, physically, in every aspect of your life. in order to be able to combat the evil that goes on in this world. Because the reality of the situation is that the world doesn't want to see you win or succeed. But you have to be able to combat it through doing right. Understand, you do right, God does right by you. You do evil, God can't do right by you. If you understand, it's because you're woke. If you don't understand, you're not woke. This is gonna be into this live stream. If you like this video, make sure you go spam that like button, leave comments, share this video with your friends, subscribe to the channel on Woke Ebucks, WOKEEBUKS. Tap the notification bell to get all the latest videos that I post. Patreon link will be down in the description below, and so will social media links. So make sure you give those a check. But without further ado, this is gonna be in this video. This is Woke